Hello, welcome to Karma on Deck. I'm Karma. I'm grinning because this is an ambitious little task that I set for myself. I'm going to do all 12 signs, starting with Capricorn since we're in Capricorn season. Let me make sure all my ringers are off because you fools like to call me in the middle of all these lives, right? So I'm going to begin with Capricorn since we're in Capricorn season. I do have a pad of paper over here so I can keep on track. Lord knows what rabbit holes I go down. Because once I get going, if those of you guys have watched me do lives, once I'm in about an hour, there goes the mouth and I start spouting random shit. So tonight I just thought I would come on and do a live. I don't know if I'll have much battery left after doing all 12 signs to do some free readings, but if anybody's out there and paying attention and happens to capture the beginning of each sign and timestamp it, that'd be great. I was sitting at home today. I stayed at home. I didn't see another human being. Had a lovely quiet day, got ahead of some projects and made me some really amazing treats. And I'm watching you guys and I'm hearing a lot of suck in the house and didn't do anything and kind of like the shine is knocked off the holidays. I mean, that could be the COVID thing. Yeah, I said the word, but it could also be just the fact that we're coming up on the age of Aquarius and all of this matrix shit where commercialism and shallow, empty promises and, doing things for show is starting to really lose its charm. And I had said that earlier, that if you're sitting here thinking, wow, Christmas just isn't the same, there's no magic in the season. Well, there wasn't any to begin with, because Christ's consciousness is about love. And the gifts are fun and it's a great tradition or whatever, but people are out there breaking their backs to make a beautiful matrix picture of what it should look like. And instead, this is like where the rubber meets the road and we're really finding out, what our family looks like and what's most important. So I figured I would come on and entertain you a little bit, maybe give you a little something useful. Okay. So I am going to share this really quick to Facebook because last time I lost you guys in the middle of a live, or that might have been Instagram. I don't know. But I'm going to share this to my page. So if anybody loses the live or it doesn't pop up, it'll be there on my page. So let me know what sign you are. I'm going to start with Capricorn, but I think I'm going to go with like who posts up. I have a piece of paper so I can cross them off, but I don't know. I don't want to get too crazy because I'm already an airhead. So let's just go in order. All right, here we go. This is for Capricorn, and I'm not sure. I should probably just shut up and get to work, huh, guys? I'm not sure if I'm going to do a divination of the ancients after each one or not. All righty, here we go. I know Sagittarius. Hi, sunshine. Here we go. Let me get started because I could go all night. All right, first thing. Timestamp Capricorn at 3:16, please. All right, first thing that comes up is Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is all about emotions. We've got these emotions that are going on, and it feels almost as if, you aren't able to navigate them very well, or they're bubbling up without your consent. Usually that has to do with the failure to express your emotions. And, I don't know about you guys, but when I'm upset, like when I'm hurt or don't want to share something, I cry because I'm angry. Well, I get angry and then I cry because I'm frustrated at having no control, right? So I see the Queen of Swords, which is this walking away kind of energy. The Two of Swords, which is indecision. Six of one, half dozen of the other, not quite sure, how you're going to move forward. I am seeing the Magician card for you, Capricorn. It's time for you to speak up. So the Empress. Now, here's the thing. The Empress in play talks to us about a protection, like protecting your energy, protecting your future, protecting your family. So when the Empress is in play, the Empress is our card for female energy, the divine feminine. And this is about protection. If you think about the qualities of an emperor and an empress and the differences between divine masculine and divine feminine, you can get a good idea of what the Empress is about. And she's got a child on her lap. Usually she can be pregnant. So this is a very protective divine feminine energy. So Capricorn, who's very practical, is coming from a divine feminine aspect right now. Yes, come from love. We have the Magician in play. Go time, guys. That means there's no more dress rehearsal. I just bit my tongue. No more dress rehearsal. That there's actions in your life that need to be taken that Capricorn is resisting. I am seeing a little bit of a short temper here for you with the Page of Swords. Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands. There are some elements that are going on in Capricorn's life where you feel like you're starting over. And what I'm seeing for you is, even though you're doing a lot of self-reflection, okay, I'm seeing somewhat isolation, and I'm seeing some projects that are beginning again for you. You have the Four of Swords, which is deadlines. So there's a lot of things that are coming up for you that have to do with deadlines that's giving you stress. So, you know, a bill is coming up that you don't quite have, or, you know, there's some paperwork or a project that's necessary that needs to be wrapped up and you don't have the, you know, it's all the elements in play. I will say for you, you have the Lover's card. So a Lover's card is all about having the, that impactful, powerful, opposing dynamic of divine masculine, divine feminine. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of personal introflexion. This is the Star card. I don't care if that's a word, but you're looking in introspection, introflexion, like you're looking inside right now. Because this here, the Star card, she's not paying attention to the day to day. She's got her head in the clouds. Virgo gang, she's saying Merry Christmas to you too. I will say for you, Capricorn, that remember these two words, speed and victory, because I have three cards here that tell me that you have victory. One is the King of Swords. You've won the war. Now you must win the peace. We've got the Queen of Swords, which also has to do with walking away from shit that doesn't serve you, like bury it. Okay. And then I have here, which is the Seven of Wands, which is speed. So things are going to be picking up for you quite a bit. And remember the Magician card for you, that has to do with you having, like, it's go time. Okay, so it's time to like start practicing what you preach, playa. All right, let's see here for your Capricorn moon reading. I am going to do both of everything. It's 24 spreads, guys, 24 spreads. All right, Capricorn moon. And again, for you Capricorn moons out there, the Knight of Swords has this card where it means you're rushing into battle. So what this card references for you is you're having this tendency of like being the first one to speak to, you know, an argument or a problem. And this tells me that you're keeping up your defenses when it comes to other people. The Star card is your congruency card. So your activity and that's kind of a good thing, because your outward actions are really reflecting what's on your brain, like what you're thinking, because your moon card and your general spread both had to do with, you know, the Star card. And if you look here, she's looking and asking the heavens, asking the cosmos to show her a sign. Okay. I'm also seeing a deep desire to have some good times, have some fun. We have the Three of Cups. The Justice card is in play. The Knight of Cups, there's a very emotional energy going on for you right now. Four of Swords. So here's the thing for Capricorn. You have the Death card. Okay. The Death card is like a baptism or a change. So with the Death card in play, there's a lot of new beginnings, and you are starting some new things over, Capricorn. And you have, you know, the Page of Pentacles, which is like starting new, Ace of Swords, new beginnings, and you have the Magician. Look, I'm just going to stick with my earlier Capricorn for the win. Like already, I'm hoping all of these look this good, but the Magician is go time. So Capricorn, like stop sitting on your hands, stop playing around, stop acting like you don't know what it is you're supposed to do, because ultimately you're fighting and having this internal dialogue, whether you should or you shouldn't, because your emotions are all over the place. Capricorn, cut it out. Let's pull a card for you from Divination of the Ancient. Let me shuffle this so that when we are into Aquarius, they'll be shuffled at least one time in case I forget. All right, your card from Divination of the Ancients, Capricorn. Nature, oh gam. When is the last time you took your feet and put them in the dirt? When is the last time you did an aura bath? Aura bath, think about it. You know, anything out of your kitchen. I just learned this. Super fun. So I put marmalade and honey and a little cayenne pepper and a little cinnamon right in my bathtub with my salt, so that I can bring certain things to mind while I'm in it. But Ogam is nature. And if it's freezing cold winter and you can't get out in nature, like practice with finding different ways to ground. We were talking about that on the last podcast, so that you can really get out of your head, because you got too much of the Star card going on where you're keeping your head on like what if, you know, shoulda, couldas, and all of that, and trying to figure out your path. There you go, Capricorn. 948 is going to be Aquarius. I will type these in 950. All right, so this is for Aquarius. No, actually, All right, this is for Aquarius. Thank you for Capricorn. Here we go. All right, Aquarius, you got the Temperance card. So here's the thing about this, the Star card and the Temperance card. The Star card is all about looking at the stars and trying to figure out your path, where the Temperance card is about balance. And if you look at this card, he's looking in the mirror. It's still a reflection, but in a different way. It's about finding like what you're contributing compared to like what you're getting back, and finding and striking that good balance and looking yourself in the mirror. Now, as a life coach, one of the things we all talk about is awareness is key. It's the first step. So if this individual is looking in the mirror, he's becoming aware of himself, awakening, thinking about what the next path is, maintaining balance. And right now, this whole era is all about balance, divine masculine, divine feminine, staying in balance. Okay, so this card right here, Temperance, usually has these two cups that are pouring from one to another. You guys also have the Empress card. And remember, this is about protection. So maybe right now Aquarius is out there protecting their energy. You also have the Ace of Swords, which is new beginnings. Queen of Coins, money coming your way. Queen of Swords. So for you, what I'm seeing is suddenly this striking balance that's happening for you, because all this stress that's been going on for you over this last week is going to suddenly get a little bit easier, and the storm's going to break. If you look and see this emotional state that you're in, now this is more emotional as in not managing your emotions, but unlike Capricorn, this card right here talks about the sweet ones, the ones that bubble up but don't make you angry. So you're feeling a little nostalgic, a little emotional, bubbling up with all of that. You as well are walking away from things that don't serve you, but you're doing it a little differently than Capricorn. Capricorn's flipping it double birds, right? I'm out of here. You guys are doing it with a kiss goodbye. Aquarius is like, I love you, but I gotta go. Right? So there's a big different energy with that, because look at how it's like Capricorn's got to fight everything, right? Well, I am a Capricorn, so I can speak from experience. But if you look here, the Seven of Cups, and I'm an Aquarius moon, so I'm going to be listening to the next half for myself. So if you look, walking away from things and being very emotional about it, like leaving things behind, but it's also loosening things up so that you have a little bit of grace. So moving forward, I see Aquarius taking leadership in their finances. The only thing that's holding Aquarius back right now is that the Knight of Coins is one of those projects that you feel like you're starting over. And ultimately, you do have some projects that are going to come and bring you money, but your problem is the lack of faith. You're like, I don't know, man, if this doesn't work out the way I want it to, it's going to bust, right? But I do see these projects that are starting over. Things are going to move very rapidly for you with the Eight of Wands representing work. So she said, I'm here to stay. Merry Christmas. All right, here we go. So this is your Aquarius moon reading. I'm glad I wrote these down first. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Beverly. What's going on, Prisha? Hi, Kathy, Bree, Sunshine. What up? Okay, so this is the Aquarius moon, yeah? We're on Aquarius moon. Like, subscribe, and share my YouTube. I would really love your support over there on my YouTube, Karma on Deck. There is a 20% off coupon code, Karma on Deck, and that is for every service on my website. I really hate gimmicks, but I decided y'all needed a break, and if anybody wants to do a kickstart, that is a huge discount. Huge. So yeah, here we go. Aquarius, Eight of Swords. So here's the thing that's on your mind, Aquarius. You're feeling like there's a lot of drama, and I'm seeing that image is very important to you right now. You don't want anybody to know that this drama is going around you. I'm seeing the Hangman spending entirely too much time on the internet or social media or on a computer or any kind of matrix type shit, because I'm seeing here the Three of Pentacles, and this is my computer. I'm also seeing the King of Coins. I'm sorry, King of Cups. So here's the thing about, you have both actually, King of Cups and King of Coins. But here's the interesting thing about having the King of Cups. I know I need to slow down. I can hear it already. So the King of Cups has to do with, you are much more articulate about your emotions in your head than you are, Heidi, than you are like able to really say to people. It's like you really got it figured out, and you're just trying to figure out a way to like make this happen so that it comes out properly. I do see that you're a lot more like disheartened by things that are going on around you than you admit to. I'm seeing the Eight of Pentacles, which is repetition and redundancy. So you're kind of tired of things being the same old way. hate sneezing. At least I didn't do it on camera and I wasn't expecting it. I felt that one coming. All right. Anyways, so ultimately, Aquarius has their guard up because they don't want to let anybody know these emotions that are going on under the surface. So it's very important for Aquarius to let people know everything's just fine. So you don't really want anybody to know that this sometimes disheartening, wanting things to go back the way they were, borderline depression is popping up. And when you have this borderline depression, you know, that's a tricky, you know, slippery slope. These are secrets that you're keeping, that you're more frustrated and disheartened than you want to admit. Yeah. But I do say, take that shit off. Like, get some help, talk to somebody. I mean, physiology. If you guys follow my Snapchat, I do the dumbest shit. I like get out there and I run around with these stupid snaps and I go outside with the animals and like I feel like I'm in a matrix all by myself because I don't go anywhere. I stay home when I do my visits. But you know, physiology, you can really get your head caught up in things if you don't get out of it every once in a while. Let's pull a card for you from Mystic Dreamer. Divination of the Ancients. I knew I was going to do that. I wish I was going to wear my bunny ears just to make people ask why I'm wearing bunny ears. I have my cat ears because Santa and rabbits for Easter, but that's doing too much. All right, so this is your Divination of the Ancients card for Aquarius. Chance. So that faith that we were talking about, we have this card here, which is lots and chance. So here's the thing about chance. You have to take one to get one. If it ain't risky, it ain't worthy. And what I mean is if it doesn't make your belly bubble and you really start thinking about, holy shit, what am I thinking? I quit my paramedic career to do this job on my own without help to do the thing that I love. And it's terrifying. And you really have to learn to take yourself on. So this card here is chance. I would encourage you to take yourself on, right? Take a chance on you. Trust once in a while, Aquarius. And Pisces, let's see, 1730. All right, Pisces, this is for you. Anybody out there want to timestamp 1730 for me for Pisces? All right, Pisces, here we go. The Tower card. What is shaking you up right now? Your finances. You've got King of Coins, the Death card. Queen of Cups, very emotional over money right now. Here's the trick though, even though you feel like your foundation is being rocked, Pisces, and I don't know if that has to do with a mistake or a problem that happened in the past, but the Tower card is one of those things that's a natural disaster. Any of us that has a sick family member knows what this feels like. Anybody who's lost their job right now, anybody who, you know, had a mistake or a car wreck or a problem or just even the world out there right now. The Tower card doesn't have to be a specific event, but we have the Tower card, which tells us that there are some energies that are making you feel like everything's rocky. Okay. And we have the King of Coins. We have some big changes that have come up for you. But I do want to point out that even though you're very emotional about money and how money is going, I do see the Ace of Coins. So the Ace of Coins has to do with a new beginning, being able to start over. Your foundation, Four of Wands. Looks to me like you'll be building on your foundation just shortly. All right. Ooh, so the thing for you, Pisces, and you have way too many ideas. Sorry, I was chugging water there. You have way too many ideas to navigate. And what you need to do is like narrow down on some of the things that you want to get done. Because right here are ideas. We have all these ideas and a scale, which tells us we're not quite sure how we're going to make all this shit happen. Okay. I'm a Pisces rising, so I'm listening to this shit. So you have also the Star card, and the Star card has to do with balance, and it also has to do with looking at yourself, and it also has to do with keeping your head in the clouds. I know I'm a Pisces, and I never even think about 3D shit until it's too late and screaming in my face. We got the Star card, which is having your head in the clouds. So Pisces, your ideas are all over the place. It's time to execute some of them. Your bad habits are showing up. Your power struggle with yourself and your negative self-talk is showing up. I am seeing the Ace of Cups, Eight of Cups, and the Three of Coins. Really paying attention to your budget, aren't you, Pisces? I'm also seeing Ace of Cups that has an eight of Cups. So some things might be moving pretty quickly inside a relationship, love and lovers. You have the Lovers card. I would recommend that any of you have some love and lovers questions to book an appointment, because that's kind of a tricky little thing to do on a live for a collective. But you do have some very, very interesting cards that have to do with love. The Justice card and the Devil card are in play. So some bad habits are coming to fruition, or coming to, like, personally, I quit some things and started some new ones because my bad habits of being somnolent, not going to the gym, really finally kicked me in the nuts, where I was like, I can't move very much and I'm sore all the time and my shoulder hurts and I better get up before I die. So I'm seeing the Justice card with the Devil card. Now, for some of us, this might be drinking. This might be weed. This might be too much TV or any other kind of addiction. And it might not even be yours. This is someone else who's influencing you as well, because that's the Lovers card, which is a struggle, a power struggle. And that might even be that negative self-talk I was talking about earlier. You have the King of Cups. So for some of you, Pisces, love is on your brain. You have all of my love cards. You have King of Cups, Queen of Cups, Ace of Cups, 8, and the Lovers card. So what's going on in your head? Are you obsessing about some lover? Are you obsessing about an individual? So there are some changing cards coming up for you. You do have the Death card. So some big changes will be happening, especially in your money with the Ace of Coins. Hello. Okay. Divination of the Ancients for Pisces. And then we'll be going on to Aries. Divination of the Ancients for Pisces. Hold on. Just want to make sure I shuffle. Hi, Gwenny. What's kicking? Gwen Beer, haven't seen you in a hot minute. All right. This is the Pisces Divination of the Ancients. Dictionary, communication. So here's the thing, Aquarius moon, speak your piece. If you're not speaking to what it is you want, you will get exactly what you get, which is the same results over and over again. Definition of insanity. But the dictionary card, I was talking about clearing your throat chakra the other day. And for those of you that don't know about chakras, I got to take my socks off. That door got closed. Woo! And it is hot in here now. Yes, it is. All right. So the dictionary card, communication. Let's talk a little bit about your throat chakra. So the throat chakra is very easy to identify when it comes to blockages, because it feels very, very pronounced. It feels like you're trying to swallow a dry, scratchy apricot pit and it gets stuck and you can't move it. And it's like, you know, you ever been talking to someone and there's something that comes up you really don't want to share with them, and next thing you know, you feel like you're going to cry. That's your throat chakra. That's because you don't want to say the thing, but you're pushing past it anyway. So what happens with that is, a good way to clear it, if you can't talk to someone in specific that you need to tell these certain things to, is sing about it, shout about it, cry about it. Okay, open your mouth, let your jaw hang out. I'm not going to do that on camera, but you have this, you know, different ways that you can express what it is. Writing things down is also pretty important too. So if you can't, like, above all things, like, communicate it. And when I was in PSI seminars, when we do coaching, when we do the staffing of the seminars, we always talk about clearing energy, because if you don't clear energy, it builds. What happens when you don't tell somebody that they're leaving their shoes in the front door, their skateboard is pissing you off because you keep tripping over it, and finally you trip over it and you throw the damn thing, and now you have a broken windshield because you threw it out in the driveway because you just didn't say something the first time. And maybe you did and nothing got, no results, but still. Communication, clear that throat chakra, guys. Ooh, it's hot in here. Oh, let me open this door. All right. Where was I? Aries at 24 minutes. 24:45. All right, Aries, this is you. Are you entertained now? Is this useful? Aries. I think. Hello, Mary Beth. Could be texting me. All right. Aries, Seven of Wands. Aries is a little overwhelmed. Aries is also undecided. Ace of Wands. First thing that's going to come up with this sentence for you, dear Aries, is trust yourself. I have this card here, the Seven of Wands, where you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, slightly judgmental, where there's a difference between being judgmental and having good judgment. And I see that you're putting some things on the chopping block right now, making sure that you're articulate with what it is that you want. I am seeing the Ace of Wands, which is a skill set. So here's the thing about Ace of Wands. Everything you need is right in front of you. You may not have practice with it, but we do have Google and we do have YouTube. It shows you how to do all the things. So just because you don't have exact skill set and everything, it's time for you to start taking some leadership when it comes to money. Because ultimately this right here is stepping out into leadership. Yep. Magician card, Queen of Wands, Magician. I wonder where Mercury's at. Anybody know? Because Magician's coming up quite a bit, and the Ace of Wands. I see a project coming up for you, which is the Two of Coins. Two of Coins is a job offer or collaboration. I'm seeing world travel possibly for you too, or a connection with something that's out of like just a small, like, so world doesn't necessarily mean the whole entire world. The world card can mean like something that's bigger than just your small little sphere. So maybe you're branching out and doing some travel, because we have this here, the Chariot card with the World card. Okay, so some things are branching out for you. What is it that you're so undecided about, Aries? We have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is the card where you have six of one, half dozen of the other. Nope. Two of Swords, six of one, half dozen of the other. And then you've got two camps. So one is you keep telling yourself, if I do this way, I'm going to lose out on that. But then this other way, it's like two completely different directions, forward or back, or two different opinions, male or female, right or wrong. So you have these indecision of all kinds going on, where you're also setting boundaries and then breaking them back down again, and you're creating a lot of stress for yourself with this. Like, you're not quite sure what it is you want, so you're being bossy but not being clear. I would recommend you clear that up. I'm also seeing Queen of Cups. Be very careful of impulsive behavior right now, Aries, because I'm seeing this Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands is our card for impulsive behavior, especially when it comes to work. Not necessarily money, but work. Like maybe you got short timer syndrome and you're tired of people's bullshit and you're just like, okay, I've had enough. So I do see the Emperor for you. Hi, Michelle. How's it going? So I'm seeing the Emperor for you. So that's a required leadership on your part. Queen of Wands as well. A lot of work cards for you. Just trust yourself, like I said in the very beginning, because you have this Ace of Wands, and it reminds us to, believe that what we've learned is going to be useful, and not necessarily, just because you're new at something doesn't mean you're not any good. You've ever seen some of these genius kids that are just, because they're young, they don't have that idea in their head, what if I couldn't? They're just like, hey, I can do that. Like, trust yourself a little bit, because you have money coming your way. Two of Coins. So that's a collaboration or a job offer or a project that you want to work on. I'm seeing the World card. I'm seeing intensity. It ain't going to be easy, but it's going to be cheesy. All right, let me look and see what your Aries moon reading is. I can't believe I took this on. This is ambitious as shit. I would encourage you guys to share it for me. Share. And if anybody wants to donate, I'm going to put my PayPal up there because it is Christmas. We're going to do the Aries moon reading right now. I did make myself coffee. I don't usually have coffee too much, but I do like it. And like I said earlier, there is a 20% off coupon code for those of you that are watching my YouTube, karmaondeck.com, 20% off all services. The coupon code is Good Karma. So that includes the coaching. So if you're ready to take some shit on and make some changes, that's my gift to you. Hi, Ivy. Ivy waited till she got home. She said, I'm ready for Taurus. Taurus is next. I'm finishing up Aries moon. So get a drink, put your pajamas on, have a cup of cocoa, and I'll be ready for you. Ambitious AF for doing all 12 signs. So this is how I used to do it old school, guys. I don't know if you remember, but it took me about an hour and a half. All right, here we go. Aries moon. Do you guys hear Jameson snoring? 10 of Cups, Aries moon, 2 of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, ow! Devil card and the Page of Wands, 5 of Wands. This is an interesting combination of cards. So I see the 10 of Cups with the 2 of Cups. Now, how that translates is the 10 of Cups has to do with you having perfection on the brain. This is Disneyland. This is you know, a script or a costume, right? But Disneyland is also the thing hoped for, okay? So I do have the 2 of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. So here's the thing for you, Aries. You're hoping that things are going to get better. You're hoping things will, that the look that you have in your mind that you want things to look like, you're hoping, right? And it's kind of an uncomfortable feeling, isn't it? Because we're like so not used to hoping. We're so used to being fearful. So I have this card here that's the 2 of Cups, which has to do with balance. So the 2 of Cups is love, absolutely love. But don't forget that these cards are representative also of balance. We see the Wheel of Fortune, which is fate. The Devil card. Now, the Devil card is Capricorn, guys. Just because it's the devil doesn't mean it's bad. The Devil card is also one of those things that reminds us of what we're bound to. Okay. It doesn't have to be negative. It just can mean, you know, we're bound. Okay. Some of us like that kinky shit. Just kidding. I don't know if you heard my Virgo reading. I took it down because sometimes my brain just says the craziest stuff. But that's okay. I shouldn't be censoring. I should just let it go. Here's the thing, Aries. You are in your head tripping about something, and you have the 7 of Cups and the 8 of Swords. You're making a much bigger deal about things than you should. Look at this. You're overwhelmed, making drama out of it, and you want to start over. You want to like baptize this situation or whatever it is that's going on because you want a clean slate. And you have this 4 of Pentacles, which has to do with cheating. Like you feel like you're being cheated. Like someone's not giving their due and you're fighting with people and worried about how others think. Just said this to a client earlier. She's like, what does so-and-so think of me? And I said, what they think of you is none of your business. Like ultimately it doesn't matter. The Death card is in play and everybody's reading and I love it. New beginnings. You have the Death card and the Ace of Swords, especially in regards to your money. I wish you would trust that because look here, this is charity. This is giving. This is legacy, being able to give back. The Death card is a baptism and changes. So maybe all of this, you're having a very hard time trusting that things are going to get better, that things are going to be beautiful, or just the fact that, you know, they haven't been this week. Some of us dealing with family. It can be interesting. But you also have the Star card. So you're looking to see if things are in alignment. Alignment, celebration. Don't hold on to these things. Go back to the throat chakra shit and clear it. I'm trying to see what else is important about this that's standing out to me. Surrender. Ding. All right, so here it is. I couldn't figure out why the Death card was in here. Let me show you. Dun, 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 dun. So you have the 7 of Cups and the 8 of Swords. So the 7 of Cups has to do with overwhelm. Too many things to do. 8 of Swords. Other people's business. Other things that are on your plate. Carrying a burden. Okay. New beginnings. You know what it requires? It requires letting go. The Death card doesn't necessarily mean new beginnings. It often also means letting go. Like letting go of these expectations because they're going to kill you. Right? Expectations shoot anything down. I know that when I feel like I put somebody in and expect them to do something for me and I'm disappointed, that's on me, right? So the death of your expectations. Surrender a little bit to how things actually are and enjoy the moment. This isn't so bad. I'm almost halfway done. I'll be Taurus and then Gemini. Okay, so for your divination of the ancients, your card of the day, card of the week. Ouija board, which is caution. I forgot. I thought I was going to take this card out of this deck. Let me tell you why I didn't. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean that it's not valuable. Just because people have stigmas against the Ouija board doesn't mean that this card doesn't have a message. So just because the death card isn't pleasant all the time or triggers people doesn't mean I'm going to remove it from my deck. So I didn't remove it. But the Ouija board means caution. It means pay attention to the road signs, pay attention to the caution signs, pay attention to the curves in the road. And it also means get some insight. So very, very poetic. I like it. All right. So this next one is Taurus. And Taurus, let's see what time it is. 35:30. All right, Taurus. Jameson, he's singing underneath my desk. Taurus. King of Cups. How expressive have you been, Taurus? Ivy, this is for you. Taurus has to do with you being emotional, like kind of there is emotions all over the place for you. You have Ace of Cups, King of Cups, Eight of Swords, and the Star card. Man, the Star card's been coming up for everybody, and I've been shuffling these well. However, the Star card is you looking for answers. It's overwhelming. I feel like these blinders have been coming off for you. And you're aware, finally. I'm seeing the King of Cups, Ace of Cups, which is those new beginnings. And with the heart chakra, the heart and love, I see new beginnings for that. You have the Wheel of Fortune, so divine timing is in play with you. And why is it that Taurus is feeling restricted? Taurus is feeling like they're stuck. If you look here, we have the Ten of Swords, and the Ten of Swords is being stuck, feeling caged, feeling in prison. Feeling like you can't move forward based on whatever commitments you have already in play. Okay. I'm also seeing you relying on family or a small network of people. You're keeping your circle small. You have the King of Swords, which is victory. Walking away from things is different than winning things. So the Queen of Swords has to do with walking away, but this one here has to do with victory. Like the thing that you're actually doing is going to succeed. The Devil card is in play for you too. Capricorn season, y'all don't trip. The Capricorn symbol is on the Devil card. Because it has to do with habits, things that are repeated. You also have the Lover's card. Here's the thing for you, Taurus. You have this 10 of Wands where maybe you're not telling people that you get anxiety or you're getting anxiety lately. And the biggest anxiety is the unknown. If you look here, we have this card is the Five of Cups, and that has to do with pragmatism and trust. If you look here, this is like having the Loch Ness Monster and trying to get proof of what's really going on with proving things. So maybe you're asking for people to tell you the truth or to prove things so that you don't have to trust yourself, but ultimately you're going to have to do the math yourself. Okay. But I am also seeing the Lover's card, which is that on again, off again energy. For some of you that don't know the Lover's card is about balance, but sometimes it comes in with a balance or a power struggle. So I'm seeing anxiety and especially feeling a little like it's getting a little bit worse because this card right here is the Eight of Wands, things moving a little quickly. You don't like things being out of control, Taurus. You like things to be organized and simplistic. Again, for you, Kings and let's see what's been coming up. Like Devil card's been coming up, Kings have been coming up for everybody. I love these energies, especially the Star card. That's like this whole reading is the Star card in alignment. She said I wore the PJs to work. I love it, Ivy. I should probably make Ivy a admin. That's what I'm gonna do. Hello, moderator. Beam. Oh, there. Now Ivy's a moderator, so she can say what she wants to say for me. All right, so I am seeing King of Wands and the Eight of Wands. So that for you is you're being asked to like, so some of this stuff, like I was talking about, this Five of Cups is belief. It's unable to believe or to like get to the bottom of things. And you're just, there's so much misinformation that you're kind of feeling as if you're overwhelmed. I will tell you that the pace next week is going to continue at this little bit that you're having right now. So don't expect things to lighten up. But they won't get worse, okay? And I'm also seeing the Page of Coins, which is you looking for money to put towards some bills or put towards some things. Ultimately, divine timing is on your side, and I don't know why I feel like it's necessary for me to say this to you, but the King of Swords paired with a lot of these love cards, you do have the Ace of Cups, the King of Cups, and the King of Swords. And what's important to know about the King of Swords with the Wheel of Fortune in play, divine timing is at work, and you have victory on the other side of it. I'm not quite sure what that is. If you want to book a one-on-one, karma on deck, let me know how to like untangle what this is that you don't trust, but I like it. I just feel like you're distrustful a little bit, Taurus. Not bad, not good. This is what it is. I have a dog who won't stop snoring like a grown-ass man. At least he's warm under my feet. I'm hot all of a sudden. I wonder if I'm going through menopause. It has crossed my mind. I'm in denial. I'm in denial. All right, so this is your Taurus moon reading. How am I doing? Halfway in an hour, not so bad. I've got one more. That would have been an hour. Yeah, I can do 6 in an hour. That's good. All right, here we go. Taurus moon, 7 of Swords. Ooh, the Empress, the 8 of Swords, 5 of Wands, and the Sun card. Okay, so I'm picking up what you're putting down. Hi, Julia. I miss you, baby. So I see the 7 of Swords, which is, listen, I don't need to point these all up for you. What I'm seeing for you is that you are hoarding information. You are making sure that you don't tell people what's going on inside your head because you have something to prove. You have something that you want someone else to show up for. You have the 7 of Swords, and that is being sneaky. I don't even know how this combination of cards has made this pop into my head, but I see that you have the Empress, which is waiting. You're waiting for someone else to show themselves to you. You have this 8 of Swords, which is drama. So you're expecting to see some drama out of somebody, and you're expecting a fight. And so what you're doing is like withholding some information because you're like, you ever hear that meme or that expression that says, let people do what they want to do, show you what they'd rather do? This is one of those situations where you're like sitting back and you ain't even going to fight about it. Like you ain't even going to fight about it. You're just going to be like, I see you, boo. I see you, boo boo. And it's all good. It's all good. You're good regardless. So Taurus is like, I'm watching. Ivy, does that hit for you, my darling? But here's the thing, it all boils down to being tired. So you thinking things. So there's some intensity to this situation, very overwhelmed. You have the Magician, but you're afraid to speak your piece to this individual because you're afraid it'll go badly. So you'd rather just let it die off and pretend like everything's okay. You're encouraging this other individual to start anew with you, and you're encouraging them to be like you're good with how people are and where they're at. You just don't want anybody to be fake with you. Tell me, how's that? Because that one feels like accurate. So I'm seeing the 10 of Cups, which is fantasy. You don't want anybody to be fake anymore. You don't want anybody to be bullshitting you. And so you're like, I'm going to give you one more chance. I'm going to give you this opportunity to be clear. I'm having deja vu hard right now. Like hard. Like I feel like this exact scene has happened before. There's a crossroads coming up. Elle asked me what I felt of deja vu, and I'm going to have to tell her at 43 minutes, 44 minutes, there's the deja vu. Deja vu, in my personal belief, I do feel like it is a crossroads. It is a timeline shift, and it's like a memory or a moment where you've learned something and you have an opportunity to do it again, and you're feeling that moment. I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. But anyways, Page of Cups, and the means new relationship. So you're allowing someone that you had been like sneaky, knowing that like this individual has been doing their thing, and you're like, I've been watching you and I will give you an opportunity to start over, but I've been paying attention to this situation. Okay. You ain't even going to cross them or anything. So new beginnings with individuals is on your brain. Taurus. Love. Ivy. Gemini, 45. Oh no, I got to do your Mystic Dreamer. Divination of the Ancients. 6 in a row. I can do hard things. Okay. Taurus, this is your Divination of the Ancients card. Guidance. Woo! All right, so this tarot card right here is literally the oracle card for guidance, and it means get guidance, get an outside opinion. This doesn't mean your best friend, the busted ass friend that has an opinion on everything and is on Instagram and knows everybody's business. This is somebody that's going to give you some really good, solid advice, an unbiased opinion, because this is true guidance. And the thing that happens with the tarot card right here, the guidance card, is this is something that you have to sit on the hot seat and really look at what you have done to contribute to a certain situation. It's not always just like, here's your advice based on how to deal with other people. Coaching is one of these things. It is hard to get coached. I mean, they hurt you right all in your feelings. I mean, you feel that shit is something that you like feel driven to change. Okay. So guidance. Speaking of coaching, Good Karma is the coupon code, 20% off the website, including everything, all the services. For that said, coaching. If you're ready for that, take it on. All right, let me do this again. 4630. For Gemini, doing this old school. Ivy says the only deck I ever owned was that dragon deck. So here's what's interesting. I have had this dragon deck for like 2 decades, and I've never had anything read so accurately for me. Thank you for moderating for me. Will you put 4630 in for the time for Gemini? Just put Gemini 4630. All right, here we go. Ace of Cups. King of Coins, Gemini. This is you. Justice card, 3 of Cups, 2 of Wands. Hello, Gemini. Ace of Cups means fullness, okay? So the cool thing for you is your heart is full, and I really love this for you. The King of Coins and the Justice card means that you're taking a new step in your career. The Justice card meaning contracts, right? Signing contracts. I do see you keeping your circle small, but I do see for you the 2 of Wands. So the 2 of Wands is that card that we were talking about a little while ago that is about 2 different directions. You're quite opposed on which direction you want to go regarding some certain things. A lot of decisions to be made for you. Why are you feeling on the hot seat? You do have the 3 of Wands where you feel like there's something that's you're being criticized over, okay? This is you, 3 of Wands. There's fire, there's heat. You're feeling as if people are watching you. And ultimately, there might even be some like legal matters or something that's on paperwork for you, okay? So the Justice card is not only legal matters, but it also means contracts. I do feel as if there's a contract coming up for you. I won't see anything crazy coming your way or unsettling. I do feel as if things are going to balance out amazingly because you do have the World card. I will say though that you are extremely emotional and managing it beautifully. The Queen of Cups has to do, it's a little different than being as direct as you are with the King of Cups, but the Queen of Cups is coming from grace. So Gemini is coming from grace on a lot of things. You're learning a lot in this season right now. Maybe there's some awarenesses that are coming up for you. Here's the other thing too. You've got Knight of Coins for those of you that are in a like getting a job offer. This references you starting over. And then I'm also seeing some training for you. Right? Hierophant, it has to do with education, training, etc. Trying to think if any of this is profound or whatever. Easy does it is what I'm seeing for you right now. Not too crazy. Let me pull some cards for you from the Mystic Dreamer for the Gemini moon reading. Pretty chill. Oh, a little corner came off my damn cards. Now I need a new deck. I knew they were going to start falling apart soon. All right, Gemini, here we go. Gemini moon. Woo! Three of Pentacles. The Emperor. Ooh, the Emperor showed up twice for you. Leadership, leadership, leadership. Here's the thing about the Emperor. It has to do with you stepping out and going and getting the thing that you say you want for yourself. The Emperor is all go conquer. Okay, so for you, it's about getting out there and getting things done. I get it that you're super tired. Gemini has got the Seven of Wands, which is feeling a little bit backed into a corner. You have your weapons out and you're prepared. Hi, Ivy. So you're prepared for, you know, what is coming, and you're prepared to attack if you have to. You're very well aware of how things are going and the tone that things are going on. Direction. I see the Queen of Swords. That's my bitch card. We all know how it is that we play that card. The bitch card has to do with you being forward. A lot of people don't know how to take a woman when they're forward. They don't know how to take a person when they're forward. They take it as, well, you were rude. I'm not rude. I'm direct, so that we don't do this back and forth and waste time. Okay, I do see that because of that direct behavior on your part, that a lot of things are going to come back into alignment. Speak your peace, Gemini. Speak your peace and preach. Because this ultimately boils down to your legacy. You have the 10 of Pentacles, like the foundation in which you stand. What it is that you are holding everything together with is hanging on you speaking your peace. I do see the Justice card again. I am going to tell you that things are going to come out in your favor, though. Write that down. You have the Justice card. So it is about, this is different than justice and judgment. So judgment is paying a consequence. Justice is paperwork. Justice is bureaucracy. Justice is, you know, these aren't decisions. These are accusations. These are, you know, fine print, legal documents and contracts. But this doesn't necessarily mean judgment. So anything that you feel that's out there that's going to be judging you, think Scorpio, Moon, Taurus, Sun. So I see that in time, these things are going to work out in your favor. I want you to look at, even though you've got this like rocky background and these things that are on your brain, it's all going to hinge on you speaking your peace and standing your ground, because you have this Queen of Swords, which is standing your ground. That's the card. Gemini. When I was a paramedic, my partners used to say to me, I don't know how it is you can cuss somebody out and they could want to get you pie and take you to coffee. And I said, because sometimes that's the only language some people hear. If you see in the movies, old school movies, heaven forbid, we can't see that shit now. But in the old school movies, if somebody was having a bout of hysteria, they would slap them. Yes. I believe in a good bitch slap every now and then, y'all. I'm just saying. Not that I would do it, but this is the proverbial proverb of bitch slap, where, you know, it's like yanking the choke collar. It's like doing the hysteria slap. It's like letting somebody know, yo, you're coming really, really close. I was saying something the other day to someone and I was like, I am always kind. And even when I'm not kind, that is kind, because I'm letting you know you're coming up on a deal breaker, right? A no-go zone. Safe word, safe word, safe word. If I'm cussing you out, it is saving you from the next thing that's going to happen if I don't cuss you out. So I'm always kind. Trust me. So if I'm popping off, you better look around, because there's something really going on, right? But what's true is sometimes it's necessary when people are getting a little oblivious with when you're talking to them. They're like, yeah, it's whatever. You're like, yo, I mean it. I had to pull that with somebody yesterday. I have a kitten who likes to scratch and bite, and they thought it was fun to play with. I'm like, he's a baby. I have guests that come here, and I don't want him to think that that's okay to grab and scratch, right? It's just fine. No, I don't want to be jerk about it, but we don't want to create these habits. So why are we having this little fight back and forth? This is dumb, right? So sometimes we really have to just speak of like, dead ass, I'm serious talking to you right now. Like, this isn't a joke. I was using a really benign example. It's like a really retarded example to argue over, but you get what I'm saying. It's like sometimes you have to keep saying what you're saying over and over and over again until it gets heard. Especially when people are like, it's whatever, and they dismiss you. But here's what's true for you, Gemini. I am going to take a quick break. I'm not going anywhere, but I'm going to hold my little salt ball and shake this off in a second, because I've got 6 more to go. I did this in an hour. I'm so excited. All right, so I do see the Three of Cups for you, which is celebration, and I see some of these things falling away. Your image is going to be protected, and I see balance coming back for you, and I like that very, very much. Let's pull a card for you from the Divination of the Ancients and see what your weekly message is. How'd I do, guys? Y'all just staring at me. I'm staring at myself. I don't even know who's out there right now. Ivy, are you on both? We'll be doing an intermission. An intermission. All right, Gemini, this is you. Handwriting, authenticity. So that card that I was talking to you about, the Queen of Swords, has to do with authenticity. Speaking your piece, guys. Handwriting. So being authentic. So everybody's signature and everybody's handwriting is unique, right? And so this card right here has to do with authenticity. If you come from the heart and you're authentic, look, yo, I am one of the strangest people you'll ever meet, and the things that happen in my daily life are crazy, but you know what, I'm accepted because I'm genuine and I'm authentic and I have a good heart. And so sometimes for some people it's very hard for them to speak those inner things. That's why I do it, guys. I really do it because there's a lot of you that can't speak to some of the things that I do, and I want to be that voice. But this authenticity, handwriting, be authentically you, like whatever that looks like, Gemini. Yeah, you little snowflake, you. There's only one of you. She said, fucking Geminis. I love you, Ivy. Just because I made you admin doesn't mean that you have to admin for the remainder of the evening. It's Christmas. Like if you want to bounce, you can bounce. But I like to have you have the admin there for future reference if you ever wanted to moderate my chat when it gets bigger, when we're doing the podcast. All right, so next we're going to be doing Cancer. Hi, Virginia. How are you? Thank you for being you. All right, let me just play with this ball of salt. So one of the tricks that I have, talking about clearing energy, a little while ago we were talking about throat chakra clearing. And tips and tricks we were talking about on the podcast on Wednesday. We didn't do it yesterday because it was Christmas Eve, so y'all be all right. It is a lot of work, but I will tell you, one of the tricks that I have, somebody gave me this little ball, and it's a Himalayan salt ball. And I hold it on my desk and I rub it between my hands in between readings so that I can clear energy if I have to. It's like in lieu of salt. I mean, in lieu of sage, because I'm not going to burn sage every 5 minutes, right? But salt's pretty easy. It's pretty cheap. I was telling a client yesterday that another little trick that I do, spells and tricks and clearing doesn't always have to be hard. She's like, well, I don't have any salt. I'm like, do you have soap? Sodium lauryl sulfate is a cleansing agent, a sulfactant where it creates bubbles, right? So if you use a little soap and say to yourself, sodium lauryl sulfate, you got a handful of salt. It's all about intent, guys. So running water can do it. Wind can clear it. Putting your feet in water or the earth can do it. So if you need any clearing or grounding, use what you have. All right, there's a little salt. Now, let us begin as I break it. Cancer. Six down, six to go. I haven't done this in a really, really long time. 59 minutes for Cancer. All right. Well, you know what? Let me shuffle these one more time. I'm feeling like it. Where are you guys in the world? How did your Christmas go? Tell me what kinds of things you want to see in the podcast. Let me know if you have any questions about the services on the website or any comments. Afterward, we might get into a little discussion. I don't know if I'm going to do more readings, but let's see if I can get this last one knocked out. 8 of Coins, working too hard. Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. All right, let's see. 8 of Coins. That is you working too hard, feeling as if you've got like too many restrictions. You've got deadlines and tension, feeling as if you can't get everything done that you need to. King of Coins, you really are working for the man right now. But I can tell you this is all coming into balance quite quickly, and this might be a new relationship for you in work. Might be going back to school or getting a training. Okay. The Page of Cups has to do with new relationship. And I'm also seeing divine timing for you. You're getting a little stressed out about work, but King of Coins is showing me that something's going to shift for you and come into balance. For those of you on my other social media platform, please come to my YouTube where you can see these on the table because they're picture in picture for you. Okay. So 10 of Cups has to do with balance. So look at here, King of Coins. So even though you're working too hard, it's going to be worth it for you. So I don't want you to feel as if, you know, you're working for nothing, but I do see that you have the Temperance card as well. And that's that reflection, like looking at the mirror, trying to decide like, what can I do better? How can I improve my situation? I do see that Cancer is a little bitchy. This is the short-tempered one and it's unreasonable. Page of Cups is a new relationship. And then I also see the Hierophant for you, which is you wondering about what's going to happen next. You might be going back to school because the Hierophant can mean education as well as training. It can also mean like pulling strings or whatever. You might be going to an online school or a training, but that's getting like too much. You feel like you have to work and go to school at the same time. Cancer. This is interesting as well. So, you also have the Magician. Okay. So the Magician is go time. So maybe you've been pulling back on not going to school or thinking about doing it later, because right here we have the Magician next to the Hierophant. And even though they were on different rows, I felt like they kind of went together. So maybe you're not speaking up saying that you'd rather go back to school or take a training. I feel like you're in resistance to change right now. And you have you have the Judgment card. You're wondering, and that if you change midstream, that somebody is going to actually like be judgmental about what it is you're choosing to do. You're very much in your emotions about all of this, but ultimately I see Cancer keeping their decisions, their choices, the things that they want to do close to the chest. I don't feel like you're going to share any of what your plans are with anybody right now, because you have this Knight of Cups, which is emotional, very emotional. You're not letting anybody know that you're emotional. Curious about this new relationship thing. Now, never forget, the new relationship card isn't always just having a new relationship. It can mean a honeymoon phase with an individual that you're with, or things getting better and having some improvement. But here's the thing, you're resistant to change because we have new relationship and the Page of Swords. Okay. You don't want change. What you want is for what you already have to be in balance. But as above, so below, as within, so without. You have this card right here, which is the Seven of Cups. And that reminds you to come from balance within. You also have balance without. And those two are pivotal and they're key. Are you meditating? Are you meditating? Because this card right here is that internal balance. And it's out of whack a little bit. You're expecting that balance to come from other people. And it's just not going to happen. Perception is projection, y'all. Too hot in here. I really wish I could wish on the internet. I would really wish that we could play music and they wouldn't be butthurt about it. Doesn't that shit suck? Just sucks. I know you can, like, on other platforms. I mean, like, yo, you play the radio outside. All right, so this is for Cancer Moon. Six of Swords, Two of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Justice card. Okay. So let's see. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Sean. Cancer. I'm going to pull the rest of the cards for this because something's off. Oh, you got that Page of Cups again. Ooh, and the Tower card. You are fighting. You're fighting yourself. You're fighting change. You're definitely not excited about change, new beginnings right now. You're very stubbornly holding on to how things should be. You're undecided as well, the Two of Swords. I feel like you think a lot about how things are falling apart a little bit, that fatalistic ideal. You have the Tower card, but nothing's really going on with you. At the moment, well, for some of you, it could be the Tower card. Like you're focusing on the things that could happen or what could be, and there's nothing wrong with like disaster planning. I'm not saying not to look at things, but I'm saying that you trip down that little corridor a little bit because you have this Four of Pentacles, which is cheating. So for some of you, this literally could be the card that indicates that someone in your life is cheating or that there's a third party or that's what you're thinking about and because you're fighting over it. Okay. But I do see here for you, Cancer, that you're tired, you're fatigued, you're tired of things going sideways, and you're tired of being, it's almost like, man, one more thing happens, I'm going to lose it. She said, this is the highlight of my night. And I see though, like for Cancer, we have the 10 of Pentacles, and that's you feeling as if you're, hi, Maria, mwah, Merry Christmas, I love you. The 10 of Pentacles is like this, legacy card where you're really worried about the future and how things are going to pan out and what's going to happen next, etc. Don't stay on that track for too long, guys. That's dangerous, slippery road. I don't remember who I was saying that to, but this is a theme. A lot of people have this feeling, this sensation, and you know that things are going to change eventually. Yes, you do have the Six of Swords, which means things are going to get easier. Be cautious of being very judgmental of others, okay? Drama. I'm seeing that you're really resistant to anything that has to do with drama as well. And that's what you've been thinking about is other people's games. I'm going to pull a card for you from the Divination of the Ancients. For Cancer. And guess what? I'm caught up for the entire week. So you know what that means? If I do all 12 of these, this goal is a twofer. It's a win-win. You guys get your whole outlook because you have something to do tonight while you're sitting at home with your new devices and your family all pooped out, sugared out, and itis from the turkey or whatever it is you're cooking. Something to do, hang out with me. All my videos will be caught up for the week, so I won't have to do any. But I can pre-do them and get some other projects done for you guys to enjoy. That's what my goal is for me tonight, to get these done. All right, so Cancer, Divination of the Ancients. Fickle. Wow. Cancer, all over the place. Can't decide what it is you want to do. Fickle. This is a little bit different than the Focus card. This is like a little moody. Like, I don't know. Right? I don't know if this is going to work out. I don't know if this is going to be what I want. I kind of want ice cream. No, I want a salad. Stop being so fickle. Okay. Temporary. All right, Leo. Oh, 8. All right. Here we go for Leo. Hi, Sarah. Leo, this is you. All right. So the first thing that comes up for Leo is not liking feeling restricted. I see the Knight of Coins, Knight of Swords, pragmatism with the Five of Cups, and the Nine of Wands. So the 10 of Swords has to do with being overcommitted, restricted, feeling stuck. Sometimes this card comes up and it means jail. If you look at it, if somebody asks me if somebody's court case is going to go well and I see this card, I'm like, they're going to do some time. But right now, this card feels restricted. It also feels overcommitted. This is the card where you feel like you don't have any time in your schedule to get anything done. I do feel as if there is the Knight of Coins and the Knight of Swords. So don't be immature, or what's the word I'm looking for? Compulsive, impulsive. Because this card right here is the Knight of Swords. Impulsive in behavior, impulsive with your money. So what did you do to your money, Leo? Were you extravagant? Did you spend? I am seeing the Five of Cups. Pragmatism, belief, distrust. I see money coming your way. This is really good reading. I like this one. So I think it was Capricorn for the win. I think Leo. Even though you're feeling a little short-tempered and restricted, what I am seeing for you moving forward is the Four of Wands, the four pillars of your life. And that is strength. You have the Nine of Wands, which you're halfway, or you're moving toward or building toward the structure of your future foundation. Four of Wands, the obelisk, means strength and foundation as well. I see you looking at yourself, quite possibly might be about your budget. If you look here, the Temperance card, you're looking in the mirror. The Temperance card is that flow of water, that flow of balance between, you know, the angels, the cosmos, and you. You're looking to feel like you are giving back to, you know, what you are receiving, and you're in balance, right? The Temperance card is all about balance. You have the Six of Wands, which means money coming your way. Thank God. I'm tired of everybody being emotional. 7 readings before somebody is finally like, yay. But of course, that's Leo for you, right? And the Leo card, you have the Six of Coins, which is money coming your way. Also see the Six of Cups, which is travel, celebration, travel, beach, water. Page of Cups, new energy. You've got a bunch of cards for attitude, yo. Like, cut that shit out. I mean, your Judgment, Justice. Where's Justice? You have the Justice card. Everybody's got the Justice card, which is Libra energy, which has to do with decision. Okay? Very overwhelmed. Like, it's not exactly anxiety, but if you look here with the Eight of Swords, he's got blinders on. And here's the problem with this. If you put a mask on and you go barreling into a room, you know, you're bull in a china shop, China kind of thing, it's almost as if you can't see where you're going. You're not quite sure. But here's the thing about this card. I used to do this all the time when I worked at Karma Connection. You have these little plastic things in the ceiling so that when the lights filtered through, they would have like pictures of leaves, or they would be clouds or rainbows or whatever. Here's the thing. I used to tell people all the time, look up. And they go, yeah. I'll be like, look up. And they go, uh-huh. I'm like, no, dead ass, look up. And they go, what? I'm like, wow, it took me 4 times to tell you to look up. And they go, oh. And they look up and they go, oh, holy shit. I'm like, that's how you're living your life right now. You are not paying attention to the fine details. You're not paying attention, Leo. You're just like, everything's looking good. Everything's great. But you got to get down into the bottom of things. That's why you're so short-tempered, because you're not looking at the fine details. Because look at here. He's got blinders on. Okay. And that's the cause and the root of your temper. You got 3 cards for temper. And attitude. Indecision. You can only connect with people as deeply as you connect with yourself. And right now, you're being very superficial, Leo. I love you. And connect. I mean, you're looking at the right things. I just think right now, when you are looking at, you're distracted by the things that you have to do instead of looking at why you're doing them. And so you're just a little caught up right there. And like I said before, you're just working really hard, working a lot. And you also are feeling a little restricted and not sure how you can bring certain ideas that you have into fruition, and it's making you frustrated. Wow, that just came through. So you really are not trusting that, like, I don't know if there's a project, a product, or a business that Leo wants to do, but you're seeing more obstacles than you're seeing solutions. And maybe that's the restriction that I'm seeing for you too. But I would encourage you to keep looking and go, because I see some new beginnings for you. You're just not looking at out of the box properly. There's your advice for that. And I do see a contract coming your way. Maybe a grant. Leo. Ah. Finally, maybe I have menopause. No. 1 minute it's hot. But I think if I close the door over here, that's why my office gets a little hot. All right, Leo, moon. Can't believe I'm doing this. 4 more to go. Woo. Here we go, Leo, moon. How you're thinking and feeling. For those of you that aren't a Leo moon, you can use this to just kind of play with it and see how if it matches up with how you're thinking and feeling. The rest of you guys can hang out too. There's always good information here. Ace of Pentacles, new beginnings, money, judgment. Ooh, paying consequences. This is karma, the karma card. Ooh, maybe you're getting a raise. Yes. So I do feel as if you have Ace of Pentacles, which is new beginning and money. We have the Judgment card. So the Judgment card is I think you're worried about what your money's going to look like in the next few months in the new year. I see the Two of Pentacles where you're thinking about like, what direction should I go moving forward? You have this card here for divine timing, the Wheel of Fortune. You might be online looking for opportunities for work and wanting to do something better. You have the Fool card. You have the Four of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. For some of you, that means online dating. If you ever watch me do my readings and you ask me, or if you ever get a reading from me and you're like, so-and-so, such and such, my ex. I'm like, are you stalking your ex? Are you looking on social media? And they're like, how did you know? This is how I know. This card right here, Three of Pentacles, is an individual on a mural painting and people are watching. So it always comes up and I'll be like, are you online dating? Are you looking at your ex's Instagram? They're like, how did you know? Right here. But I think for you, some of you might be online dating because you're looking for a relationship and opportunities on dating. Now, this could also be looking for career opportunities online as well. So it just feels like some of you are online dating and you're looking for that opportunity. Some of you are walking away from that situation. We have the Death card with the Ten of Wands, which is like too much of a burden to get that done that way. But what's true is some of you are putting down things that aren't serving you, putting down a burden, putting down the Ten of Wands, and you're doing things that are more soulful because we have the Ten of Cups. Definitely want some changes. You have the Queen of Wands, which you want things to look more like you expect them to be. And you have the Strength card. You have one, two, let's see, one. Woo! I don't know if I can get to 12. I only got 4 more to go. The Judgment card, the Strength card, Death card, Ten of Cups, the Fool card, and the Wheel of Fortune. It's a lot of movement for you emotionally. So that means things are bubbling under the surface. Maybe you're doing some research, trying to decide what direction it is you want to go. I would recommend that you keep looking at timing. I think it's absolutely beautiful that you're looking because I think you've got your eye on the target and paying attention to things that are changing and getting ready to make moves. You're not telling anybody this stuff though, Leo. Family is really on your mind as well. Six of Cups. You have the Strength card. Now, how the Strength card comes into play is being friends with your demons, being friends with your past trauma. That's shadow work, y'all. So Leo's done some shadow work and they're saying it's high time for me to make some moves, but you got your eye on the horizon and I like it. I like it, baby. The marathon of readings. Holy shit. The hubris, the pride. I can do it. I was like, man, that's going to be a long ass reading. But you know what? What are we doing anyway? I think you guys are just chilling at home. All right, Leo. Divination of the Ancients, your message for the week. Mastery. Why is the augur coming up for you? Is it coming up because you are beginning to become the master? Are you ascending a little bit? Okay. Practice with what you're good at. This thing that you want to do, the tension that you're getting over the thing that you want to do is because you don't feel like you have the expertise. Trust yourself. You have much more skill set than you think you do. And if you're inspired to do it, that's where your soul is at. Mastery. Go with what you're good at. How am I doing? 4 more. 4 more. Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. I used to do this all the time. I haven't done it in a while. Maybe it'll give me an opportunity to do lives where you guys can come on and ask questions instead of just jumping on, doing your reading and dipping. I can come on and sit with you guys and do some lives. My goal is to get that done every day. Something on something. Alrighty. Where we can actually, like, instead of doing the weekly readings every day, I can come on and be like clearing energy or whatever, in addition to the podcast. I think we're going to scale those down to once a week, though. It's a lot of work. We were very ambitious, and I'm proud enough I'm not too proud to be like, yo, let's scale that back. 2 days a week is a lot. It's like a full-time damn job. All right. All right, Virgo. This is where I'm getting a little lightheaded. 120. Woo! All right, here we go, Virgo. 1 minute, 1 hour, 20 minutes for Virgo. And I'll type these in the description. So for those of you that want to just watch your sign, it'll say where the timing is for each one. I'm going to drink a little bit of water though. She goes, well, it's been a while, and my timing for Virgo, woohoo, on point. Patty Williams, great to chat. Catch a live. Greetings from Australia. Thank you, Patty. Australia in the house. I love it there. Someday I'm going to come there. Do you guys watch Kerwin Ray? He's one of my favorite speakers. He's from Australia. All right, well, Virgo, here we go. This is for you. I deleted my Virgo reading because I said something really wild, and I was like, oh my God, that came out of your mouth. Did anybody see the Virgo reading? All right, Virgo, 10 of coins, Page of Cups, 5 of Wands, 6 of Cups, the Devil card. So for you, this 5 of Wands tells me that Virgo feels like they're backed into a corner, feeling, the 5 of Wands is feeling attacked or feeling pressured. It's a little bit different than tension. This is like literally little snakes attacking and nipping at the feet where you're like, yo, how are you even coming at me with that? Okay. Yeah, Kerwin Ray, he is one of my favorite speakers. I want to be exactly like him when I grow up. Just saying, if you watch Kerwin Ray and you can see me dropping the F-bombs and walking back and forth across the stage going, yo, 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 that's what I want to do. So 10 of coins, which is like money decisions. I feel like you're doing something very creative with your money, and maybe you're flipping an IRA or flipping something, because I'm seeing a celebration for you as well. Yep, 2 of coins. You're doing some stuff with your money, Virgo. You're also doing some self-reflection. There's a lot of celebration coming up for you. I do see some Queen of Coins, balance, divine timing, the Star card. This is beautiful, I gotta say. The Devil card is in play. There's some things going on for you with the Devil card, because that is like habits. So you're paying attention to some habits, and you're like, now, just because the Devil card shows up doesn't mean that it means that there's alcohol or substance or a bad habit in play. What it's telling me is that you're making a improvement on something that has to do with a bad habit, or improvement that has to do with something that isn't a substance. You know, because this card here is like talking about boundaries, and the Devil is all about like things that restrain, restrict, and inhibit you. But when you bring the 2 of coins to it and you bring the celebration to it, it's like overcoming things instead. I'm also seeing the 4 of Cups. That has to do with you being very outgoing and spending time in a social atmosphere. Maybe you're being a little bit more networking. 9 of Cups is celebration. We've got New Year's coming up, so maybe you are celebrating a little bit more. Queen of Coins, a Star card, 9 of Cups. So what I'm seeing, 9 of Coins is you have 2 or 3 cards that have to do with a contract or paperwork. 7 of Cups, which is internal joy and balance. I'm really digging these, guys. I'm really digging these for you. If you look here, we have the Temperance card, which is self-reflection. So you're starting to see yourself in a really good light, Virgo. You're starting to see yourself in a little bit more appreciation. I'm screaming about that. I love it. So the 7 of Cups here is internal balance. And then I love this. I love this very much. So you're going to start to catch a little bit of a good stride there, Virgo. I do feel as if you are asking for support. We do have the 4 of Cups, and it's very difficult for you to ask for support. And I do feel as if you've been in a little phase where you have some decision-making fatigue. That's the 5 of Wands. You got to ask for support. Nothing really major here except for the Star card and the Temperance. So sometimes you're spending too much time looking at yourself. And then you go between these 2 phases where you look at yourself and then you look at the, not the cosmos, but you look for signs and symptoms, or signs and symbols. There's the paramedic in me. Signs and symptoms. And the star card really has to do with looking at your alignment and how you're in alignment with the cosmos, and I'm like, and how your alignment with things that are going on around you and the people. Start looking for alignment. Start looking for kismet and synchronicities, because you got the Wheel of Fortune, which is divine timing, and King of Wands, which is leadership too, and money coming your way in a lot of different ways. Me likes. All right, let's go on to the Virgo moon. I'm doing it. 3 more. Virgo moon. All right, Virgo moon. Queen of Pentacles is popping up for you too. Aha. So, all right, you have the 5 of Wands too. And 5 of Wands is boundaries. Are you setting boundaries? Expectations are a month. Okay, you've got the 10 of Swords. So the 10 of Swords is telling me that you are not getting, your needs met, or you're not having people help you. You're not asking for it either. You've got the 10 of Swords, which is betrayal. I'm carrying all this burden on my own. People aren't doing what they say they're going to do. Nothing pisses me off more than people not doing what they say they're going to do. Not coming from integrity. It's almost akin to lying to me, right? So this is that betrayal. This is like that. You didn't do the thing. Okay. And you're speaking to it, and it's causing a fight. Like, holding people accountable is not a sin. It's not a crime. It's not a sin. Right? Like, at all. So you've got the 10 of Swords, betrayal. Somebody didn't do what they say they're going to do. And there's my bird on that. Right? You're flipping the bird. You're like, yo, we're not playing this game anymore if you're not keeping your... She said, I do like those majors. Thank you. Money. I've got 90,000 pounds in my pajamas. Not really, but fun to sing about. Well, I do see the Strength card for you. Now, here's what's cool about this next line for you is that, again, the Devil card is coming up. And that, you have the Strength card, Knight of Swords, the Devil card, and the 7 of Pentacles. So the Strength card is making... it's your shadow work. It's your ability to bring up things from the past that used to be harmful to you. Unless somebody, that would be like somebody having an abusive childhood and becoming a counselor, because you have the Devil card and the 7 of Pentacles. Like, in time, like, you fought this fight and you're making good of it. Okay. So, or perhaps you're a counselor now, or maybe you're rescue kids with the trafficking, or maybe you're turning something from a bad into a negative into a positive. Very much, there's that 10 of Wands. It's funny, I said 10 of Swords, but I was describing the 10 of Wands, but there it is. This is a burden. So a burden and a duty can be different things. A burden is something you carry unwillingly, and a duty is something you carry willingly, or at least with consent. This is the thing I agreed to do. We were just talking about integrity. You do the thing you say you're going to do. Okay. However, you're very much in your head about walking away, because you are that person that does what they say they're going to do. So I feel like you're very conflicted about setting boundaries with other individuals, and I'm just going to leave it at that. The weather outside is frightful. Shuffle these because I want to clear them a little bit. I want to pull a card for Virgo from the Mystic Dreamer. Nope, Divination of the Ancients. I get them all mixed up. Too many things, too many times. Virgo. Thank you. Ivy. Uh-oh. Virgo. Divination of the Ancients. Focus. All right, Virgo, if you want to get things done, there's one arrow. There's arrows going all over the place, but there's one that's focused. Now, Here's a cute analogy, or a cool analogy. In order for the arrow to go forward, you must pull back. Okay? It takes intensity, strength, focus, drive, concentration, and will to get an arrow to go exactly where you want it to, and practice, right? So in order to move forward, the arrow must pull back. So when you're feeling these pauses and when you're feeling like things aren't moving, just know that you're about to be launched. I say. All right, are we ready for Libra? Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius. I did it, guys. I keep saying I did it because I got 3 more to go. Try not to be too leapy. I put it to the pendulum. Stay, walk, or run, Patty says. Libra, 130. I did it. All 12 signs. This is the thing I'll thank myself for tomorrow. Libra, this is you. Queen of Coins. 8 of Swords. So there's that blinders on card. This is the blinders. For those of you on my other social media, if you come to my oh, no. Sorry. So the 8 of Swords is the blinders, okay? It's like that whole how do I move forward thing. But you firstly have the Queen of Coins, which is like money. You're trying to decide how it is you move forward. Please come to my YouTube, guys. I'm afraid I'm going to lose the Facebook eventually here in a minute. I see the 5 of Cups. So here's the thing. You've got the Tower card. You've got the Knight of Wands. You're desperately afraid that things are going to happen or you're going to have to start over. And you don't trust the economy. You don't trust your money. You don't trust people. Libra. Look at you. You've got the Tower card right next to the 5 of Cups. 5 of Cups is coming up a lot in this entire reading. As much as I shuffle this distrust that's coming out, well, here's what's true. Trust yourself. Heidi! So you don't trust yourself and you have this 8 of Swords where you have these blinders on. Now remember how I just used the analogy for the 8 of Swords, and that's those blinders. You're just not looking at things creatively. What I would recommend is you take yourself out of the situation long enough for you to start looking at it with a different perspective. Like you ever go looking for your keys throughout the whole house and the minute you stop looking for it, you find them? Like dead ass, the reticular activating system. Like put your brain into work for you and you just like disconnect for a little bit. Even your phone, your computer, we sleep at night. Everything needs to be unplugged every now and then. So you're feeling as if you can't see the way through to things and you're a little overwhelmed. I see the Knight of Cups, which is emotional. Overcommitted too. You keep saying yes to things you don't want to. I don't know where that came from, but it just came out. Oh, is it true? Is it true that you're doing things that you don't want to do and then fighting with people because you can't do it because you're resentful that you had to do something you couldn't do? Well, that's on you. And I know you want to give, but look at this, 10 of Swords. And this is bound, right? And then you have the 5 of Swords, which is a conflict and then a weight. Like you're being kicked back and delaying everything that you want to get done because you keep putting more things on your plate. Yo. The cards aren't even looking like that, but we're channeling on that for sure. You got some deadlines that are coming up. Some indecision is causing you to get like, yo, indecision is a decision. I haven't said this in a really long time, but you're stuck because you're doing this analysis paralysis thing. 2 of Swords, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Well, if that's the case and you can't win in either direction that you go, then just like flip a coin, make a decision, because you're going to be resentful if you don't make a decision and you're stuck with one of them because you didn't make a decision. Therein lies the crux of anxiety. We don't have a lot of choices nowadays. We work for the man. Kids go to school, they go to school in front of and being told what to do. We don't like being told what to do. So we have this 6 of one, half dozen of the other. And therein lies the crux with anxiety, not feeling like you have a choice. But I do see some deadlines, pressure, that's coming up, and you feel like you'll be cut no matter what direction you go. Yo, Libra. Look at this distrust. Look at these emotions. Look at this impulsive behavior. I'm also seeing the hangman, which is delays. Stop poking at things when you can't force, you just want things to get easier, and ultimately you got to ride this one out. Unfortunately, that's all it's telling me, is that again, you keep taking two camps, and be careful of judgment with this one, because you're trying to see everybody's point of view all the time, right? And it's okay to have an opinion. We're not required to kiss ass just because it makes someone else uncomfortable. This is telling you that you don't really have to see everybody's side in order to accept them where they're at. I don't know where that came from either. That must be for you, Heidi. I love you, girl. So there are some bad habits that are coming up for you. The Devil card is the end result. Are you tempted to slip into some bad habits? Or someone else's bad habits that are affecting you, because you do have some anxiety about all of that. Ouch. You doing all right there, Libra? Woo! You're going to have to ride this one out. You cannot get off the roller coaster in the middle of the ride. It gets worse. I promise. Keep going. When you're in the dark night of the soul, when you're going through hell, you don't hang out. You get out. Keep going. Let's look at your moon reading for Libra moon. Scorpio and then Sagittarius. Libra moon. Here we go. I did it. Only an hour and a half. 2 hours. I did it. I knew I was going to be about 2 hours. All right, here we go. There's that Devil card again. Two of Wands. Knight of Swords. Bitchy, 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 bitchy. Resistant to change. So, what did, I'm a Gemini Virgo. I'm doing fantastic. Well, if it doesn't apply, maybe this one will get you here. All right, so this is the Three of Pentacles. So how much time is Libra spending online? Are you doing any of the clickety where you're going on and looking after things and searching out stuff? So this doesn't necessarily mean that you're internet stalking someone or looking up their Instagram or whatever, but you're digging for something, okay? You're digging for something, I'm seeing. Wow, this is really ambitious. I'm starting to get tapped out here. Strength card is showing up for you. I don't know, but I am picking up that Libra had maybe started a fight with someone online, or started something, or started down a path of, or confronted somebody on something that they said. Because I'm seeing this Five of Swords, Five of Wands. I'm also seeing some of these cards that have to do with timing for you. Patience is a big theme for you right now, Libra. Patience, and, don't cut any corners right now. That's all I have to say to you. I know that you're feeling as if you got to start over in a lot of ways. However, starting over isn't always bad. You got to look at it as like a baptism. You have this fresh start ahead of you. I do see the pregnancy card, the Empress card. And what I mean by pregnancy is because there's some things about pregnancy that are just unpredictable. That has to do with timing. That has to do with, the pause that you can't force. So you're being told not to force things. You're going to be called upon to use your inner strength and trust. But trust the legacy. You do have the Ten of Pentacles, which means that your strength is behind you, even though you're not looking at it or don't notice that it's there. And be careful of bad habits too. I mean, Knight of Swords, you're fighting against something. Struggle. But victory in the Strength card right here has to do with that, making friends with your trauma. This is your shadow work card. So, the little mouse and the lion, you come along and you pull the thorn from the lion's paw, and now that lion is your friend. That's the same thing with shadow work. Shadow work is like the darker the night, the brighter the light. Don't get off the ride in the middle of it. Keep going. I can see you in my head, Ivy. Say hi to the cat. Wow. All right, I'm going to pull a card for you from Divination of the Ancients, and then we're going to move on to Scorpio and then Sagittarius. Are you having fun, at least? Are you getting what you need out of this? Are you bored yet? Okay. I'm almost done, and then I got to go outside and ground. Maybe take my pets out at midnight. Do you know how weird it is to sit in a room all by yourself in front of lights in your house, talking to what seems like yourself? You live such a strange life. Talking to a machine. Talk about questioning the matrix. Is all of this real? Am I in a bubble somewhere? In a little petri dish. All right. Libra. Perception. Perception is projection. Runes have to do with perception. So as I sit here and talk about feeling like I'm in the matrix, see, you put out there what you think you need to see. Anyways, so runes have to do with perception. So how are you perceiving things to be? When you start to feel negative, you attract negativity. So think about the reticular activating system in the brain. It starts looking for what you're thinking. Train your brain. Yes, we're all in the dish together. So the runes, perception. Perception is projection. Be very cautious of what you're thinking and how you're designing your brain and how you're playing with the energy that you're, what it is that you want to create. We are co-creators. We are co-creators. Perception is projection. Be very cautious of how you're perceiving things to be and find out whether you're actually the architect of that or whether it's some old programs and old paradigms. I have some news for you guys. I am thinking about going to some other platforms because censorship is getting on my nerves over here. I don't want to cost my business its momentum because I say a few words. Don't like censorship. Even this one over here, YouTube. Scorpio, this is for you. I love me some Scorpios. I'm not doing too bad. Whew. Scorpio. Whew. 5 of Wands. 4 of Wands. King of Cups. Emotional much. Things moving really quickly. But here's the thing. 5 of Wands. So this has to do with a fight. Feeling like you're fighting with someone. Feeling backed into a corner. Feeling accused. So this is accused. Okay. You have the 4 of Wands, which is your foundation and your home. Being cautious of your home. Protective of your home. King of Cups. Having to articulate your emotions. Like it or not, welcome to the age of Aquarius. It's all about emotions and heart. You're going to have to get with the program, guys. The wave of the future is love. So you have the King of Cups. That's EQ. Emotional intelligence. Aware of your emotions. Then you have the 8 of Cups, which is moving quickly, things moving fast. 7 of Swords, things getting easier. So I do believe that because of the expression of your King of Cups and the way that you're expressing your emotions and being vulnerable and authentic, I do see some changes that are happening for you that'll make things easier. You got to take some leadership in those respects. Cups is coming up for you quite a bit. I only have 3, but I'm feeling a lot more coming in a minute. So I'm seeing King of Wands, leadership, 10 of Wands, anxiety. So for some of you out there, Scorpio, I am seeing that you have some anxiety. 2 of Cups is love. Knight of Wands, inexperience. I'm also seeing 7 of Cups, Chariot, Hierophant, 9 of Cups. There are those cups I was talking about. What? Somebody look up aspects. The Devil card and the Star card are both cards that are coming up often in every one of these readings so far. And I think it's because, well, obviously we're in Capricorn season, but I'm curious what aspects are happening right now. Mercury is coming up too. So for you, Scorpio, I'm seeing the 9 of Cups, which is celebration, but you're undecided on how you want to move forward, what's next. So maybe you have a trip that's coming up with the Chariot card, because the 9 of Cups is celebration, Chariot card is travel. Maybe you want to go to Vegas. I'll be in Vegas. I'll be in Vegas next week. Anybody want to kick it with Karma? I'm going to be in Vegas for 5 days. I got booked at a gig in Vegas, and it's going to be fun. So maybe you have some travel coming up for you. But the thing is, you're undecided on whether you're going to play with this or not, because the Two of Swords is that indecision. Yeah, you could go either way, whether you're going to travel. But I'm seeing all these love and lovers cards for you, Sagittarius. And the Hierophant, which is education, learning things. So here's an interesting combination. I have the Seven of Swords, which is things getting easier. Okay. So this is like a storm breaking. This is like things, he's got a fistful of blades and he's just like, fuck it, and lets them go. Yeah, I'm not even going to stress anymore. So that's like things getting easier. With this back row going on and this anxiety that's going on with Scorpio, you have the 10 of Wands. And if you look at this as an anxiety, this is like pure anxiety. There's too much on your plate, too many decisions being made without you, too many decisions that you have to make, unexpected twists and turns, right? But you have the 2 of Cups, which is balance. Then I'm also seeing the 7 of Cups, which is balance. But the 7 of Cups is also overwhelm, because there's so many things that you have to give your attention to that you're not quite sure. You're not quite sure which thing to give your attention to first. But you have this incredible balance that's going on for your divine feminine, your divine masculine. Beautiful. So even though you have high stress, this is really a beautiful reading. Now, you do have the Devil card. Capricorn in the house, yo. Which Capricorn also has to do with steadfastness. It has to do with routine. It has to do with things that are required and necessary. Okay, so you have a necessary journey. Man, I'm getting the deeper aspect of the Devil card. I am Capricorn. You're undecided on what direction you want to take things right now, Scorpio. That's all the cards are telling me as far as that goes. King of Wands, if you have a job offer. Good night, Heidi. Love you. I'm on the last one in just a minute. I'll catch you on the flip side. I'll talk to you tomorrow. So I'm seeing the King of Wands, and that is your card that has to do with leadership. And I feel like you might be having a job offer that's coming your way, and you're not quite sure how you want to handle that. You just do not want to start over. Scorpio. All right, let's look at the Scorpio moon reading. Am I making sense? Because when I start channeling and I get this far into a reading, I've gone 2 hours, and I usually can't go more than an hour without taking a break. But sometimes my words don't come out right. So somebody flag me and let me know I'm sounding like an idiot. All right, Scorpio moon. Let's look at how you're thinking and feeling. All 12 signs. There we go. Scorpio, 6 of Swords, things getting easier. Trust yourself a little bit. Knight of Pentacles, money coming your way. The Magician, 7 of Wands. So here's the thing. You might be owing somebody an apology, Scorpio. You have the 7 of Wands, which is having your weapons out. And if you look here, 7 of Wands, having your weapons, being like on the on the defense. And then you have the Knight of Wands, which is an apology. So maybe you need to let somebody know that you were being harsher than you expected. Hey, bro, can I help you? Here comes Anubis, causing trouble. Move it. Lord. All right. Now the dog thinks someone's at the door. Hello, Anubis. Be very careful of ghosting people right now. Or I have the 4 of Wands, the 4 of Swords, the Temperance, and the 10 of Pentacles. Okay. So with this card, let me see here. Hold on. 6 of Pentacles. Things getting easier. Knight of Pentacles, the Magician. All right. So here's the thing. You're avoiding talking to someone. You're avoiding this apology. Look here. You've got the Magician, which is speaking, being required to, you know that it's time for you to speak up for certain things. These things that are on your brain, you have this card right here, which is the 4 of Swords. You're afraid to speak to what's going on. Okay. You're afraid to say, what's the jam really is. I mean, maybe it's because it's the holidays, maybe because things are already stressful as it is and you don't want to speak to it. But we have this here, the Seven of Wands, and then we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is an apology. Like you owe somebody an apology or they owe you an apology. I'm seeing the Four of Wands, which is commitment, relationship, Four of Swords, not talking to someone. So maybe there are some things that are coming up that you're avoiding talking about because you got that Seven of Wands. Balance. The only thing that Scorpio wants right now is balance, and they're deeply concerned about their legacy. We've got this legacy card, which is the Ten of Pentacles. That's the things you build for your future. All you want is balance right now. King of Swords is coming up, and the Judgment card, the Two of Swords, indecision, Queen of Cups, Five of Pentacles. So let me ask you, this cat's gonna knock shit over. So let me ask you, if you're the one being judgmental, or if you're afraid to make decisions. I see the Queen of Cups, the Five of Pentacles. Let me ask you about depression a little bit, Scorpio. We have the Five of Pentacles. This means lack of hope. When you get to these moments, please speak about them. Please speak up. Okay, speak to someone. It doesn't mean that you're suicidal. And I'm not afraid to say these words. It's just this frustration, this hopelessness, this like sensation of like, why bother? Okay, be careful with these. They're tricky. Once you go down this road, it kind of gets stuck there. And I feel like you're kind of being a little bit sneaky. You're not sharing what's going on in your heart. You're very afraid of judgment. You're afraid that if you say what you're thinking, and if you say what's on your mind, that you'll be judged. Authenticity. Let's pull a card for you from the Divination of the Ancients and see what the final card is for your result, your answer there. This cat is getting so fat. And then we're going to do Sagittarius after this. I did it! Wow, that was a lofty goal. Kitty. Here he comes. Meow. Hello. Animales. Hello, Nubis. He's just barely off camera. All right, here we go for Scorpio. Patty said it's okay. We close our eyes. All right, here we go. Phrenology, which has to do with certainty. So Scorpio, too many reasons, too many questions. You have these reasons, right? Phrenology is certainty. I don't think that if you gathered all the data in the universe that you would have this ability to be certain. When it comes to certainty, all you have to do is make a decision and choose. Choice, certainty. Be certain with your choice. Indecision is a decision. And the reason why I say that all the time is it's not that you are deciding. It's literally that you're accepting the universe exactly as it's giving you things. So when you're undecided, you're not being direct. You're not telling the planet, the universe, the people in your life what it is that you want. You're just like, I don't know what I want. So the universe is like, well, then what you have is just fine. And that's what I mean by indecision is a decision. That once you decide what you'll tolerate, once you decide what you want, once you decide to dream, to build, to trust, then you've told the universe exactly what it is you expect. So certainty is imperative. You've got to come from a sense of decision making and certainty, and you have to like be bold with it. That's why I shave this side of my head. Fortune favors the bold. Hello, Kitty. El gato. Yeah. All right, this is Sagittarius. $153 for Sagittarius. Hello, Kitty. Are you going to stay right here with me? Oh. Sagittarius, this is you. Let me guess, Nubis. Like Maleficent with all these damn animals over here. And here comes Jameson, jealous as usual. Hello, come on. Oh, we're almost done. And we'll say hi to everybody when we're done. All right. Move, move. All right, here we go. This is you, Sagittarius. Jameson, it's not jump around time. Cats are chill. All right, last one. I did it. Merry Christmas. All right, the Lovers card is the first thing that comes up for you, Sagittarius. The Eight of Coins, which is like, so the Lovers card, that's either love, lovers, power struggle, divine timing with the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my God. So this the only two cards that come up together that mean soulmate are the Lovers card and the Wheel of Fortune. So are you thinking about soulmate energy right now? Just saying. I am seeing the Eight of Cups, things moving quickly. Three of Wands, tension, stress. So you've got a lot of divine timing coming up for you, Sagittarius. The Tower card as well. I'm seeing the Judgment card, which is the three-headed dragon, and that's stress and tension. Okay. I do see some big changes coming up for you, Sagittarius. Your Page of Cups, new relationship. Now, the Page of Cups might even indicate like a new job, right, as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be a new relationship, but it also can be a honeymoon phase or something beautiful within a new relationship or a new beginning. I am seeing a lot of new beginnings for you with the Death card in play. 10 of Coins, which is a new contract. That's why I think there might be some money that's coming up for you. But there is some criticism that's happening for Sagittarius right now. If you look right here, we have the Three of Wands, and that's being backed into the corner, and it's like flames or criticism. That's the hot seat. So if you're feeling like you're on the hot seat, you are. All right, so here's the truth. Sagittarius is very protective right now. You do have the Hierophant, which is learning things. So you've got a learning curve coming up. You do have some decisions to make. 9 of Coins. That is you feeling as if you're trying to have, you don't have this idea of what it is that you want, but you're not quite sure how to institute it. All you know is that you're like ridiculously protective of what's going on with you. For those of you with this soulmate energy, I would recommend you getting a one-on-one. It's not something I can do for the collective. But we do have the King of Wands, which is leadership. So you're going to have to step out and get some things done. You might have lost a job or felt like you were about to, and you're very resistant to change right now and very frustrated about that. You're not quite sure how it is. You know, you don't want to make any decisions that's going to rock the boat. I can hear Jameson digging in his toy box. Find a bone. I'm gonna have to take these guys outside. He's gonna start biting me in a minute because he knows if I get to channeling like this, I get loopy. He literally chews on my toes. I will tell you, the Balance card, Strength card, we were just talking about that with Virgo, no, with Scorpio. And the Balance card is you having, is, you know, the Strength card is about you doing shadow work. So Scorpio had the Strength card, and like a lot of you did. And Sagittarius, the Strength card has to do with like acknowledging what it is you're fighting against, acknowledging what it is that's in your past, or how, you know, you see and view the things that held you back in the past. And I feel like there's some resistance that's going on with you. Like, yo, the reason why you have all of these crazy cards is because you're not surrendering to like change. You have the Death card, the Judgment card, and the Tower. And what that tells me is change is on the rise, whether you like it or not. So the Death card, okay. Oh, and something just went in my eye. So maybe you're not seeing it. Maybe you're not seeing that change is coming for you. And you're just very stressful about the fact that it might. And change happens. Like there's nothing we can do about it. But you have the Tower card. So you might just be feeling as if things are rocky right now. But just remember, the darker the night, the brighter the light, right? Like these are where we learn our greatest lessons. So the cards are telling us to take the lesson. You don't get off the roller coaster ride in the middle of the ride. You don't, there's no way to quit. There's no way to say, I don't want to do this. You do have some timing going on for you. There is like a timing issue. You have the Wheel of Fortune, which tells us that these phases, these seasons that have happened for you are on, they're changing. The change isn't bad. It's really not. Change is change. It's winter. It's the solstice. We cannot have spring without the winter. Things have to go fallow, fall away a little bit so that you can renew and rebuild. And that's what this phase is all about, is rebuilding. And you're going to be building on your past because you have the Strength card. So whatever it is that's coming up for you, maybe the shadow work, maybe these old wounds that are coming up for you, you're learning about. You're learning how to change these things. Because I'm seeing renewal for you all over the place. The Death card doesn't mean bad. It doesn't mean that there is terrible energy for you. It just means renewal. So, you know, you're fighting against renewal and you're fighting against this change because I see it being really good for you. You're just all in your head. Alrighty. Mystic Dreamer for the moon reading. I did it. Can't believe I did it. I was afraid that I was going to get started and that I was going to poop out only halfway through, but I did it. All right, here we go for Sagittarius moon reading. There we go. Page of Cups. Now, new relationship is Page of Cups. It also means being, you know, an apology, balance here for temperance. All right, so Page of Cups, sometimes that means new relationship. Sometimes that means, you know, an apology. I do see Page of Swords and temperance. So telling me that all you're thinking about is balance. Why are you feeling betrayed though right now, Sagittarius? The 10 of Swords is like this card that is like, you've got this burden to carry. You've got this like too many swords in your back where you're feeling as if nobody's supporting you and nobody's helping you. You have the 4 of Pentacles, which is cheating. So it doesn't mean someone's cheating on you because I'm not seeing that. Well, I'll keep going before I do that. But it means that you feel betrayed, like somebody's not pulling their weight. Somebody's not caring, doing what they said they would do. Okay. You have the Ace of Cups, which is new beginnings in love. You have the Moon card, which is fear, afraid of how you're going to move forward. You have the Hierophant and the Fate card. All of this tells me that you are stubborn right now, Sagittarius. You're very stubborn and you're stuck in your ways and you're not sure that you want to shift. You have the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups. Now, what do I say all the time? If I say it once, I say it a million times. Love and money is the same energy. You have the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups. So you have new beginnings happening for you. Okay. Please don't misunderstand that just because I say new beginnings in love does not mean that you are going to ditch your boo and go for a new one. It means that there is a renewal. Now, you may be choosing someone new. You may be choosing a new path, or you meet someone new entirely. But the Ace of Cups always means like a renewal. That's that ability to like be like, let's take on the next phase. Let's do better. But I do see things lining up for you with the Star card. You have the Temperance card, which is balance. There's a lot of major cards for you. But remember, this Wheel of Fortune is telling me that change is on the rise for you, especially with money. You got this Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Coins. I'm sorry, Ace of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, and Page of Pentacles. And what that means is timing. So the Page of Pentacles is a new beginning. 7 of Pentacles is timing. Okay, so this is harvest. So you're about to harvest something that you've made a decision on regarding work. New beginning, new beginning, new beginning. Okay, but you also have the Ace of Cups and the Page of Cups, which is the same damn thing. 153 kitties in Sagittarius. So look at these. Page of Pentacles and Ace of Wands. So this is work and a new beginning. And then you have the Page of Cups and the Ace of Cups, which is a new beginning in a relationship. What do I say? Love and money is the same energy. So you have some new beginnings happening for you. Just stop cutting corners and do what you say you're going to do. And remember to come from integrity. I do feel like you're afraid of this next phase, though. You're kind of paranoid. The Hierophant and the Moon card side by side. 2 majors. You're like deeply paranoid. Also a little bit stubborn, like you're resistant. All right, Sag. Here we go. Divination of the Ancients. Last card of this reading for Sag. Direction. Footprints. What direction are you going to go? Get clear. When your intention is clear, your mechanism will appear. You don't have to worry about where you're going or how you're getting there. You just got to worry about the end result and the final destination. I know, if you guys looked at my post recently where I talked about this is my why, I know why I do what I'm doing and where I'm going. If you know where you're going, when your intention is clear, your mechanism will appear. So start focusing on what you want to get done and stop looking at all the moving parts, man. You're getting stuck in the machine that way. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. I can't believe I did it. It's been a while. Hopefully this is of service to you and that you got something out of it. I would love to ask for your support and have you on my YouTube. So please join me, Karma on Deck YouTube. There is a coupon code for 20% off all services on my website, and that does include coaching. So if you're willing to take on the coaching program and get a kickstart, get a good analysis of where you stand and what you need to work on, there's a 3-month, 6-month, and a 12-month coaching program. There's also spiritual mentorship if you want to take on some of these bigger ideas, and processes and try and get them a little bit more fine-tuned and personalized. I do a mentorship for you and get you started, do an evaluation, see what little tricks and tips we can use for you. So if you want to book your reading, karmaondeck.com, use the coupon code GOODKARMA for 20% off through the end of the year. And please join me on my YouTube. Happy holidays, you guys. Remember what I say all the time, we are one. The law of one, come from love. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. This was awesome.